Hi, I'm Shan. Welcome to Honeybird Tarot, where I pull messages specifically for Black people first, for Black people throughout the diaspora and on the motherland. That's not to say that these messages can't resonate with everyone. Tarot archetypes are universal, but I do ask my spirits and guides to give us messages first, because if we don't put us first, then we'll always be last. So, with that said, let's get started. This video is for Pisces. So we're going to start with the Oracle. And this deck is the Adinkra Ancestral Guidance Cards by Bresi-Ando, Tools for Living. I love this deck so much. Let's see what our Egun, our Nananom, and Samantha, our ancestors, have to say to Pisces. My family is full of Pisces people. Both my parents are Pisces. Birthdays one day apart. Plenty of aunts, uncles, cousins. Some of my closest friends love Pisces people. Right. Message for Pisces, please. What do the ancestors like for Pisces to know? All right, Pisces. So first out, you have Nyansapo. Nyansapo. I do not speak Twi, not fluently. I'm learning as a part of my spiritual practice and my personal practice. And these cards are helping with that. With that said, if you do speak Twi and I'm mispronouncing something, please forgive me and please feel free to correct me respectfully. So, Nyansapo. Wisdom knot. It symbolizes wisdom, intelligence, and ingenuity. A wise person has the capacity to choose the best means to attain a goal. The Pisces people I know are very wise, that's for sure. Akoma, hearts. I know you've seen this Adinkra symbol before. Akoma. Right. The heart is a universal symbol representing love in all its forms. Pisces are definitely some loving people. Y'all are real emotional. All right. Meko. Meko. Pepper. I love this one. Meko is a shortened form of the Akan proverb. Meko Nina Mpatu Mary. Meko Nina Mpatu Mary. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But it means all peppers do not ripen simultaneously. Go at your own speed, Pisces. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Adinkra Henny. That is king of the Adinkra symbols. This symbol represents leadership and charisma. So we have the wisdom knot, heart, pepper, and the king of the Adinkra symbols here. I feel like Spirit is saying it could either be acknowledging the wisdom of a Pisces or encouraging Pisces to use the wisdom that they have gained throughout this life, and to not only use wisdom, but to combine that with love and compassion, and realizing that not all peppers ripen at the same time. Some people take longer to come into their spiritual maturity into, just like we all take, some people take longer to come into their physical maturity. We all grow at different rates. That does not only apply to the physical sense, it applies to the spiritual sense. So recognizing that, having the love and compassion, or the wisdom and love, I feel like wisdom and love together equal compassion. That's just my take on it. Having the compassion to recognize that everyone is moving at their own pace, Pisces, seems to be the message for you. And that basically has a period at the end. Adinkra, have compassion for people. And it represents leadership and charisma. So being a compassionate, charismatic leader. We got some Pisces leaders watching. All right. So let's get into the tarot. I'm using the HooDoo Tarot by Tayannah McQuillar. I hope that's how you pronounce her name. Please forgive me if that is not how you pronounce it. I love this deck also. Both of these decks are created by Black people. And in all my readings, I will always use at least one deck that is created by a Black person, because Ujima, cooperative economics. Okay, I'm not going to take all of these, but I feel like whatever the message is that's trying to come out now is one that's important, Pisces. All right. Okay. All right. All right, Pisces. So first out, we have the Ten of Coins. That's beautiful. Your first card. Immediately, there is total earthly fulfillment, or stability that will last through generations. There are children, parents, and grandparents in this card. And they're playing a game with gold coins. and you can play with gold, it's a good look. This card speaks to, like I said, intergenerational stability, love, happiness, material wealth, material gain. Next card out is the Seven of Coins. The Seven of Coins talks about waiting, talks about taking stock of how far you've come and thinking about, whether it's worth it to continue on that same path, wondering when you're going to reap what you have sown. In this particular card, this lady is picking up her pearls down here. Oop, down there. She's picking up the pearls that she's cast before swine that they, totally ignored because they're swine. They don't recognize the wealth and what she's put in front of them. So maybe she is realizing that whatever she has sown into isn't worth it. All right. After that, you have Black Herman. Black Herman would be the magician in the traditional tarot. This is an alchemist. Black Herman has absolutely everything he needs to be successful. He has every element. Every element is present here. This talks about manifesting whatever it is you want, manifesting your reality. The Two of Knives, the Two of Knives, the Two of Swords. In the traditional tarot, the Two of Knives talks about having to make a choice while blindfolded, not being able to see clearly what is in front of you, having to make a choice based on your own thoughts or clarity and sometimes emotion in the background. In this deck, her eyes are gouged out. Kind of the same effect as having the blindfold in the traditional deck. But it talks about how she is not using her spiritual sight, not using her spiritual gifts. And that's why she has this expression of anxiety, of not being sure about the decision that she had to make. This also makes me think of, I don't know if anyone watches The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, but, and now of course I'm going to forget the character's name, but one of Sabrina's best friends has the cunning, or has foresight, and she is losing her physical sight, and she basically has to make a choice around whether she wants to keep her physical eyes and forego her spiritual sight, or to accept her gift and never be able to physically see again. So yeah, that card talks about using your intuition to make decisions rather than simply going on what is in front of you in the 3D. The next card out, the Six of Knives, or the Six of Swords. This card talks about moving from choppy waters or disturbed emotions to much calmer waters, more settled emotional place. It could also literally be about travel, moving from one place to another, especially a place where you might be experiencing discomfort or lack or some type of conflict, to a more peaceful place. Putting your knives or your thoughts into your little boat and rowing to a place where you can relax. And last out was the Father of Sticks. This would be the King of Wands in the traditional tarot. The Father of Sticks is a very fiery, very charismatic energy. He's charming. He takes up space. He makes sure that he is seen and heard. He uses his fire energy to to accomplish his goals, to blaze a trail. Sometimes blazing that trail means burning it all down so that he can rebuild from the ashes, but he's not afraid to do that. He's very, very good at harnessing his fire energy. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Railroad Bill. Railroad Bill in the traditional tarot would be the Chariot. This talks about moving full steam ahead towards your goals, being in balance of your light and shadow selves, having both those horses, or in this case, having that train focused in one direction, and staying on track until you reach your destination. So without clarifying, it seems like there either was a Ten of Coins situation here in the past where you might have already experienced prosperity or stability. You may already be, or you may currently be in that type of situation or energy. It could also be future or be coming to you. But the thing that is either threatening that or threatening to keep you from achieving that is that you are having to stop and take stock of where you are and put your intuition to use so that you can make a decision about, whether you should stay here where you are or whether you need to move to calmer waters. But whatever decision you make, you are Black Herman. You're the magician. You have everything it is that you need. You have to embody that Father of Sticks energy. Let's clarify. I want to clarify with the Rider-Waite Tarot. As I'm looking at what we already have here, the Seven of Coins makes me think about Mecca, the pepper. It talks about all peppers do not ripen simultaneously. Like I said, the Seven of Coins is you wondering when you're going to reap what you have sown. Looking at the work that you've already put in and wondering if it's worth it for you to put in more work. And I feel like Spirit is telling you that not everybody reaps their rewards in the same time frame. Your time is coming. Your time is coming. I just saw the Chariot too. It will be confirmed the Railroad Bill. Let's see if it actually comes out. Let's tell me, Spirit. Clear messages, please, Spirit. All right. Okay. Anything else to tell us about the Ten of Coins, Spirit? So for the Ten of Coins, we have here the Three of Cups and the Four of Swords. The Three of Cups talks about celebrations, enjoyment, spending time with friends, family. Could talk about literally parties, drinking. It also could be third party energy or a third party situation. I feel like it's a celebratory card, so I don't always read it that way unless something around me something surrounding it is pointing me in that direction, and I really don't see it here. I really feel like that because it's here with the Ten of Coins, that it is you celebrating this stability, this wealth that you have. It's spending time with family. It's enjoyment. It's having fun. And the Three of Cups came out with the Four of Swords. That is a soldier who has been away at battle and made it back, and now they are at rest. Actually, this card, the story behind this card is that when soldiers would come back from war, I believe in medieval times, they would actually lay inside their own coffin to remind themselves that they could have died while they were at battle, but they didn't. So they take the time to reflect on the things that they've learned, things that they might want to change and do better moving forward. So I feel like this reflective energy coming out with these cards is signifying that this Ten of Coins energy, this Three of Cups energy was in the past, and someone is reflecting on what they once had. Maybe how to get it again. Maybe they still have it and they're just reflecting, being grateful, and thinking about how not to lose it. Let's keep going and see. All right, so the Seven of Coins. What do we have for the Seven of Coins, Spirit? All right. This is beautiful. It's a lot of messages, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Okay. All right, Pisces. So clarifying the Seven of Coins, you have the Four of Wands, which is a beautiful card. Some people see it as the marriage card because it kind of does look like people are coming down the aisle, coming towards the altar, or either coming away from the altar at a wedding. Is definitely a celebratory card. A lot of people see it as a soulmate card because 1111 is here. But it speaks to stability, having stability in your passions and in your actions, or putting passionate action towards achieving stability and actually achieving it. This is beautiful. Maybe someone is taking stock of a marriage. Right. And after that, we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords actually, to me, is still a good card. It breaks down to a 1. This talks about the pain and suffering from this horrible heartbreak coming to an end. This person is not dead. It looks like they've bled out, but they haven't. They're trying to regain the strength so they can get up and shake these swords out of their back. So maybe it was this heartbreak or some type of Ten of Swords situation surrounding a marriage or relationship or some stability. It could even be a job, because this isn't specifically a love reading. You can apply it to whatever area of your life it applies to. But I'm just seeing and feeling love, so I'm going to read it that way. You can apply it however you need to. Maybe this happened, and because this Ten of Swords moment has happened, someone is taking stock of a marriage or a relationship. The next card out was the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles talks about working on something. It could be learning in an actual educational setting. It could be an apprenticeship, whatever, but you are putting the work in. You are repeating something over and over and over again until you get better at it. He is cranking out pentacles. You could also be making money while you're learning or while you're doing this apprenticeship too. This is not, he's cranking out pentacles, which mean money, but it's not always money. It's any material thing that we feel like is of worth to us. It could be children, anything, whatever you find valuable, but it's something that is tangible. So maybe someone is wanting to put the work in regarding a relationship that has had a Ten of Swords moment. The Knight of Swords is here. This is cutting energy, rushing in to clear out any confusion, any mess. And they aren't going to sugarcoat it. There is no softness around the King of Swords. Whatever needs to go will go. And he might be kind of indiscriminate with his sword too. He might end up cutting some things that don't necessarily really need to go. Throwing a baby out with the bathwater. But that bathwater is going out though. The Knight of Swords is not leaving anything behind that needs to go. But like I said, they might cut out some things that really should have stayed. That could be the energy that brought about that Ten of Swords moment, or the Knight of Swords energy could be here because of that Ten of Swords moment. And the Three of Pentacles. This is teamwork making the dream work. This is collaboration and cooperation. This is using your skills and abilities to create something, to create abundance for yourself. Could also be learning and getting better at your job or getting better, improving. But I feel like here with these other cards, this may be indicating some third party energy, especially having had the Three of Cups there earlier. Whoever that third party is could be someone who you have literally partied with, who you've celebrated with, who you've worked with. That's how it happens sometimes. So I feel like all these cards together are saying that, in order to salvage this passionate stability after this Ten of Swords moment has happened, that it's really going to take work. And that someone isn't taking any BS. All the BS has to go if you expect for this to survive. BS being this third party energy, this third party situation. The Knight of Swords is coming in to cut it out. Or the Knight of Swords could be coming in to clear up something else that was wrong so that you are able to collaborate and cooperate. All right. Why is Black Hermit here? Ooh, okay. Anything else about Black Hermit? Okay, so clarifying Black Hermit, we have the World and the Six of Pentacles. Now, the World talks about, excuse me, this is a little loud. The World talks about cycles, about coming to the end of a cycle and then graduating to something new, moving on to something else, about having completed a cycle in life and then leveling up. Could also be about travel. The Six of Pentacles could sometimes be about equal give and take, but I think it's more about charity. You see, this person is feeding to people who are begging, but they have the scales they're measuring out, making sure that they are giving the same to each party. I don't particularly like this, especially having the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups here. There are three people in this card. And I feel like, maybe someone is juggling, trying to give equal energy to two different people, two different situations, two different jobs, two different hobbies. Could be anything. And as much as they try to be fair or to be equal about it, based on this Ten of Swords being here, I don't know. It doesn't have to be that though, but that's what I'm feeling. With the World here, with the Six of Pentacles and Black Hermit, or the Magician, I feel like this could be you manifesting, you having completed a cycle in your life and manifesting equal give and take, or manifesting abundance, manifesting being the head and not the tail, being the lender and not the borrower. Could be that. What's the Two of Knives here, Spirit? Okay. All right. So clarifying the Two of Knives, we have the Page of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Now, the Page of Swords in reverse, I feel like it could either be a lie, because pages are messages. So this, in the upright, it would be a message that is like bringing some intel, some information. It could be someone spying. But in the reverse, I feel like it's a lie. Somebody's bringing you information that maybe is inaccurate, that could be intentional or unintentional. I also feel like maybe it could be a stalker, because I know in the upright, the Page of Swords could be a spy, but usually that's someone who's just interested, wants to know more. If this person is interested in trying to find out more about you, I don't feel like their intentions are good. And that's followed by the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walking away, taking your passions elsewhere. Knowing that even though there are 8 cups here, that none of them hold satisfaction, none of them hold fulfillment. And you're walking away and you're moving toward the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment and satisfaction. And the Moon is here. I feel like there are some secrets or some things that are hidden, or some things that you don't know, which would make sense with the Page of Swords being in reverse, not having enough information or not having accurate information. And because of that, you're walking away from something. You're not interested in it. You're not going to take that offer. You're turning your back on these 8 cups. You're not interested in those 8 cups. You're concentrating on what's in front of you. This could also be a card of boredom. Like I said, these 8 cups were not fulfilling you. Maybe you were bored with whatever was in them, and so you're walking away to actually reach your fulfillment. Could also be a missed opportunity. Why is the 6 of Knives here, Spirit? Okay. Yeah. Anything else, Spirit? The 6 of Knives. All right. So clarifying the 6 of Knives, we have the Ace of Cups and the 7 of Wands. So the 6 of Knives, like I said, is talking about moving out of a kind of disturbed emotional state into one of peace and calm. The Ace of Cups is an opportunity for a new emotional beginning, or a new opportunity for emotional fulfillment for your cup to run over. So I feel like that walking away from that 8 of Cups, or shunning that 4th cup, will bring you to the Ace, will free you up and give you the opportunity to move on to something better. And here, the 7 of Wands is defending that higher ground. So maybe someone isn't happy about the fact that you are moving away or moving forward, taking your passions elsewhere. And you're having to defend your position against them, or you're having to defend your newfound happiness, or defend that new opportunity for emotional fulfillment and love. Where's the Father of Sticks here? Okay. All right. Okay. So clarifying the Father of Sticks, first we have the 3 of Wands. This is waiting for your ships to come in. But it's not waiting in the same sense as we saw with the 7 of Coins. This is waiting with the end in sight. Your ships are coming into the harbor. You can see them. You're about to be able to reach out and take what's yours. And you know what the inventory for a ship is called? It's called a manifest. You're looking out and seeing the things that you have manifested coming towards you. You're going to be able to take stock of it, take inventory of all of it very soon. Very soon. The moon is here in reverse. So those secrets and that misinformation that we talked about, that we saw with the Page of Swords in reverse, and the moon that we saw in the 8 of Cups card, is here in reverse. I feel like these secrets are being revealed. You're going to get the answers that you're seeking. And that is followed by the Knight of Wands. This is a very fiery, passionate energy, but it's one that is unstable. It's in and out. And I feel like the fact that it came out to clarify, the Father of Sticks could signify that someone is regressing, going from being a king to a knight energy. Maybe they want to be stable and in control of their passions, but maybe it's just burning too hot and too fast. This could also be suggesting that whatever you're waiting for to come in is coming in quickly, but it might not last very long when it gets to you. The Page of Wands is under the deck. This is a message of passion and an even less mature wand energy than the Knight. So maybe there's some charismatic, fiery, charming figure in your life who, when they're in their higher self, they absolutely are in a king energy. But when they're in their lower self, it's very in and out, very immature, hot and spicy, yes, but nothing that is sustainable, and too focused on their wand, more focused on their passion than anything else. So, like I said, this is a general reading. It does not have to be for love, but whatever the situation is, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a job, a familial relationship, whatever, I feel like, there once was stability or a promise of stability, and something happened, probably to do with the third party situation, that caused you to have to step back and reflect and really think about whether you wanted to keep going with it, whether it was worth it, to keep working towards this stability or this love after this pain. Even though you're coming out of it, you're working hard to come out of it, to clear out those negative emotions. Are you going to go back to collaborating and cooperating? Can you? You have Black Hermit. You have everything you need to finish out your cycles and to level up, to create balance. But it's not just about you, it's about the other party too. And this could be vice versa. You could be the other party. Maybe this message is in reverse for you. But you have everything you need, but there's an energy here also of not having all the information, of there being some secrets, of something being rejected or something being missed because of a lack of foresight or not using your intuition, not using your spiritual gifts. But calmer times are ahead of you if you make the choice to move forward, if you make the choice to walk away from what isn't fulfilling you. There's total emotional fulfillment or an opportunity for it there. It might be difficult to hold on to. You might have to do some work to maintain it, to keep it safe. But it's coming. It's almost here. And eventually, what's hidden will be revealed. And I feel like what's hidden is probably that, something that you might have a lot of passion for or passion about. It's just really not as stable as you would like it to be. Because, like I said, we went from the Father of Sticks or Wands to the Knight of Wands to the Page. That is regression. So, Pisces. And that took me back to the Mecca. All peppers do not ripen simultaneously. Maybe this spicy pepper here that we saw with the Father of Sticks looks ripe, but it's not. Well, Pisces, thank you so much for being here with me, for sharing your energy with me. I hope something here resonated with you. If it did, please like, please share this video, please subscribe to my channel. And yes, thank you again. Peluife, with love. Bye.